Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Adkup Show. Since its rise with Donald Trump in 2016, MAGA, which stands for Make America Great Again, has been a powerhouse in American politics. But now things are changing, or probably have already changed. Cracks are starting to show, from internal division to policy missteps and growing disillusionment. It's a fact that now the MAGA is losing momentum, and there are many reasons for why this most energetic and hyped political movement in recent American history is fading away without any achievements. The biggest and probably the most valid reason for this is Donald Trump himself. You see, the entire political infrastructure of MAGA is based on one man, and that is Donald Trump, a 79 years old businessman turned politician. He was the one who established this MAGA cult, which is right-wing populist movement. The big flaw in this movement is that it doesn't have any defined values or objectives. It's just a right-wing political movement which attracts a white Christian population of America. MAGA was a juggernaut in 2016 and 2024, uniting everyone from working class voters to tech billionaires like Elon Musk. New MAGA voters, especially those who jumped on board in 2024, are feeling let down, and these voters include Mexican immigrants whom Trump and core MAGA base wants to deport. MAGA voters expected bold moves like draining the swamp or releasing bombshell documents like Jeffrey Epstein. MAGA's base is diverse. You have got traditional Republicans who want lower taxes, tech bros pushing for deregulation, and hardcore populists who want to burn the entire system down. Keeping these groups together is impossible unless Donald Trump delivers something hard and visible. This expose put it perfectly. The tech right, classic Republicans, and MAGA couldn't even last 7 months without fracturing. And here's the kicker. Some supporters are stuck in what psychologists call sunk cost fallacy. They have invested so much in MAGA, emotionally, socially, and even financially, that admitting that it's not working feels impossible. So when they see that their hard work is for nothing, they get frustrated, and in frustration, they burn their MAGA caps.
I'm not gonna play with these anymore. MAGA hats are off. America First hats are on. Burn, baby, burn. And this is a great representation of what's left of MAGA.
MAGA's big promises like massive tariffs, mass deportation, and slashing government spendings sounded great on campaign trail, but turning them into reality is where things get messy. The current socio-political condition of America is not feasible to achieve such goals, especially in a short period of time. Take tariffs as an example. Trump's tariff everybody slogan fired up crowds, but economists warned that blanket tariffs could spike prices and tank the economy, and that's exactly what happened. Ultimately, Trump had to find an excuse to pull back. Then there is government spending. MAGA's all about cutting the deep state, but slashing programs like Medicaid or government jobs hit hard in red states where people rely on those services. I mean, Trump came up with a bill called Big Beautiful Bill, which would increase the debt exponentially, which Elon Musk's Doge was against. That's not what MAGA voters signed up for. They wanted things to get better, but it's not happening that way. These missteps make it look like the movement is losing touch with its base and also with the ground realities, especially the working class folks who were its backbone. Foreign policy is another sore spot. MAGA's America First vibe was supposed to mean no more endless wars or foreign aid, but recent moves like sending money to Ukraine or military strikes on Iran have made supporters crying foul. The movement's gotta deliver on these big ideas, or it risks losing the plot and its voters. Now let's get into controversies. MAGA has always been polarizing, but some of these scandals are sticking like glue. First, there is an extremism label. Back in 2022, President Biden called MAGA a threat to the republic, pointing to events like January 6th. For some, that day was a low point. For others, it became a badge of honor. But either way, it scares off moderates who might have voted Republicans but don't want to be tied with what critics call a cult. Then there is the racial baggage. The slogan Make America Great Again sounds patriotic to some, but others think that it's more like Make America White Again, which can be very toxic to many non-white communities. This perception makes it tough for MAGA to grow beyond its core base, especially as America gets more diverse. And before coming to any conclusion, this diversity was not something which happened overnight. Both the Democrats and Republicans were involved in this. And don't forget the Epstein drama, which is currently going on. Imagine Trump turned out to be a pedophile. Well, the fallout would be so big that America as a country won't be able to stop. These controversies aren't just headlines, they are eating away MAGA's credibility, making it harder to win over swing voters or keep the faithful in line. MAGA is related to nostalgia. Make America Great Again is all about going back to a better time, and understanding of better time is different for different people. For some, it's the 1950s, the era of booming economy and strong families. But for others, that era meant segregation and inequality, and that's why MAGA is seen as a tool for white supremacy. This vagueness is a double-edged sword. It fires up the base but alienates the younger, more diverse voters who don't vibe with whitewashed past. Studies show nostalgia can deepen division by glorifying a time when some groups were sidelined. That's a problem when America is getting browner and younger. MAGA's focus on the past also make it look out of touch with modern challenges like AI and China's rise. Trump is directly responsible for creating such phenomena. I mean, he literally made his supporters believe that America can again go back to its glory days just by doing a couple of easy things. This was pure oversimplification and manipulation. Trump and many in Republican Party believe that tariffs can reindustrialize America because America used to charge tariffs in the early 20th century. People literally fell for it without understanding that in the early 20th century, global trade was less than $20 billion and supply chain were not as complicated as they are today. MAGA is definitely not able to do forward-looking, and they will never be able to do it because it doesn't have any defined values or objectives. Such movements fade away after reaching a certain point. Alright, now let's zoom out to the big picture, politics and elections. MAGA is tied to Trump's brand, as I have mentioned in the start of the video, and it's both a strength and a weakness. His 2024 win showed he still got pull, but what happens when he's not in power? Efforts to build a MAGA party have flopped, citizens have mocked it as a pipe dream, and Elon Musk coming up with his own party would make MAGA party just a pipe dream for many, as many Republican voters would switch to Elon Musk's America party. This would divide the conservative voter base, including MAGA voters. Without Trump, the MAGA movement will fade away. I mean, it looks like once Trump is out of power, he will take the entire MAGA infrastructure along with him. If new voters keep defecting, Republicans could lose ground. Plus, the opposition is energized and they need one victory to destroy MAGA. Anti-MAGA slogans like Make America Think Again are catching on, and Democrats are painting MAGA as extreme to win over moderates. Finally, MAGA is just a trend which will fade away as it's impossible to keep everyone together under America's current socio-political conditions. Trump is not enough to sustain this movement. Such narrow right-wing populist movements don't work in a diverse society. MAGA doesn't have any direction, it doesn't have any defined values, it's disconnected from the reality, and finally they are trying to achieve something which is clearly not possible in today's America unless you want to have a civil war destroying the entire country. The MAGA hat is still the cultural icon and its America First vibe has inspired copycats worldwide, but due to lack of any achievement, this icon will also fade away in the near future. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.